Welcome to the final episode or final video of the Conversation in Cold Ones podcast YouTube channel. Um, I know this is
And
coming
it's only our
as
third take.
I know this is coming as our as a shock for some. But I feel like by how our upload schedule has been over the past year, actually I'd say 8 months, it's been pretty inconsistent. We have missed a lot of like weeks. We've gone a few weeks on, a few weeks off, and then recently, I mean, there was a point where 3 months ago we didn't record for a month and a half, and then now we are currently on a month of not posting, and that can be said for a lot of reasons. For myself, personally, that has mainly been because I've just lost passion for making the podcast. There's been a lot of ideas that we've talked about on the podcast, whether that was making a TikTok account, focusing more on movie rankings, focusing more on movie videos, just a lot of content we talked about doing. And I always felt like because of the podcast, I wasn't able to do that because I'm having to record this hour and a half long video, render it, upload it, edit it sometimes. And then with my work schedule being so crazy and hectic as it is already, I just don't have the time to allocate to other videos that I would like. And especially with how my job's going right now, there's also some days where I'm working 60 hours a week, 6 days a week. So it's hard, and I would like to focus my time on some other things. Jared, if you'd like to go ahead and kind of speak on your side of the story, what you think or how you feel.
Yeah. So I've been in a very similar situation as Damien's been in with work. I've been kind of doing some crazy shit. I picked up 6 days a week now, and only having one day off, and it doesn't match my off time. Doesn't match Damien's off time. Not well enough anyway. Because my only day off is the first day of his day off. His days off, making it difficult for us to like mix up that time. And like, so that's I have Sunday off as my only day, and sometimes I get other days, but my other days I might get aren't the same ones as his. And that just makes it hard for us to like flat our times together to be able to do this because we were trying to do them on Saturday nights, but our Saturday nights are now being taken up by Damien here turning into a party animal a little bit. You know, all around the state, fucking every bar you can find, and I'm spending some time with my fiance in those nights, and also just some friends from work when we all have a little bit of time off. So it makes it difficult for us to have that time, but also I'm kind of 50-50 on the loss of like passion for the podcast because I have always had heart in the podcast, at least a little bit. Like I've always loved it. But there's been ups and downs. I've had days where, or weeks, I should say, even months where I've nothing. Like the stuff we're talking about, I'm not in it. The stuff that I know we're gonna have to talk about, I don't like, not excited for. But there have been great ones, like we've done like the mukbang, like a ton of fun. Like most times we've had guests have been great. And even the most recent ones, like the rankings of Drake, Kanye, and the movies, favorite movies. Like I have to admit, if Damon didn't show me some of his favorite movies, there'd be a lot of things I wouldn't be into. Like I know last episode we had shown off our steelbooks and stuff. Like I wouldn't own steelbooks if it wasn't for these guys. So while it sucks, like I know everyone, like Damien said, it's coming to it like as a shock. Like it's gonna suck that we're not doing this anymore, but there's been great things that have come from it, and hopefully, those great things will continue to happen even without the podcast.
Yeah, I
That all being
mean,
said, I do want to do the podcast again. I understand that it might be gone for probably good, but I want it again at some point.
yeah. I mean, to kind of like backpack off of it, of what you were saying about the episodes we've had, there's been so many fun times. I mean, literally having Sean Chandler on the YouTube channel, our 10th episode, having a YouTube channel with 200
Yep.
plus thousand subscribers on it was amazing. Um, just the mukbang videos, uh, David being drunk, yelling at me, like there's been a lot, and even like some of the recent stuff we have done, I have enjoyed, like going through movies and ranking Kanye and Drake. Um, but I wasn't interested in making the podcast. I was more interested in showing you, and I think when we
For
were
sure.
doing that, that's when I started realizing, hey, you don't want to record a podcast on this. You just want to show Jared this, and um, you know,
I'm happy. I'm just happy you want to show me things.
yeah, this is hard because I have dedicated 2.5 years of my, or well, actually, sorry, we have dedicated 2.5 years of our lives trying to build this thing. And I know on SoundCloud we're hitting 150, 200 listeners every time, and on YouTube, obviously the views aren't great, but we still have a community there. Like, it is a lot to give up for myself personally. I know Jared feels the same way as well. I just think it's time. I don't think it's fair to just kind of inconsistently upload podcasts that one of us are not into, whether it's myself for that one or Jared for the other one. Like, I just don't think it's fair. I think for kind of both of us, it's hit or miss on whether we are enjoying ourselves or having that passion for the podcast when we're on it. So I think moving forward, the plan is we're going to leave everything up, everything on this channel. There's a lot of stuff I never want to get rid of, want to stay on here. So you are more than welcome to go through and rewatch any of the episodes. I mean, there's over 100 and
over 200.
Well, there's like over 150 hours of podcast content.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, easily.
So, I mean, if you want to support that, that'd be great. For the future, it's kind of up in the air. I do think we were going to start a new channel. And Jared and I have been discussing about the possibility of what that channel is going to be. We've discussed if Jared wants to be a part of it, if we want to do a team collab thing, if we want to do our solo stuff. But I do want it to be more movie based. I do want to make more content in terms of movie rankings, movie reviews, in-depth like going into details about why we like movies, and just kind of focusing on that because that's what I've grown to love. And I just want to put a lot of time to that and make videos that I'm proud of, like my Blade Runner video that I did, like, God, almost 3 years ago. That is still my favorite video I've ever made, and I know I can make it better, and I've wanted to make it better, and I want to do videos for that for other movies. And I know Jared also feels the same. He, like, now that he's into movies, he has a lot to talk about and wants to provide in that space as well. So I don't want to say when a channel is going to be made. I don't want to say what that channel for sure is going to be. But I will try to update this channel on when that possibility is going to happen.
Yeah.
Still a lot to work out. We don't even have a name or anything or logo ideas, nothing.
I think what would probably be the best option for us is whenever we do have all of that set, again, whenever, not saying a time, like Damien just said, but when it does happen, to like post on this channel, like a very short video. Hey, here's what's up. Here's what's new. If you want to come over and see what we're doing now in place of the podcast, come over here. But again, whenever that may happen.
Yeah.
Over far down the road.
Yep. Once again, thank you all for listening. I mean, I think overall on SoundCloud, we're at like 25,000 plays total after 3 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, YouTube, we're at, I don't know, probably like a few thousand views. So I want to thank everyone for watching, listening, supporting whatever way you can. All our friends who come on the podcast and wanted to be a part of it. Yeah, this is hard. Like I'm kind of lost for words, but I feel like this is a good way to go and a good path forward. I just feel like for us at this time and for the channel and to you guys, it's more fair to just kind of end things, move on. We'll restart at another point. So, Jared, do you have anything else to say?
Probably, but like you said, it's kind of like a loss for words right now. It's definitely like I know there's stuff I would like to say, but I'm sure it won't come to me until I'm like laying in bed like 2 days from now, and I'm like, oh shit, I should have said that. So no,
Yeah.
right now, nothing.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone. We will see you on our next adventure. Thank you for supporting us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Yep. For the last time, guys. Finger guns.